Guru Brahma Guru Vishnu Guru Devo Maheshwara Guru Sakshat Param Brahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Ajnanatimmirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Tumeva Madhacha Pita Tumeva Bandhuscha Sakha Tumeva Vidyadravinam Tumeva Sarvam Amriteshwari Ma Tumeva Sarvam Amriteshwari Ma Tumeva Sarvam Amriteshwari Ma. Om Amriteshwari Namah. We'll begin with a short meditation. Kindly sit straight and make sure your vertebral column, your spinal column is erect, which will allow the flow of the energy as well as cut off the lethargy. Slowly close your eyes. Bring your focus on your breathing normally. Fully aware of each and every inhalation and exhalation that passes through your body. Just watch, observe your body like an instrument. As you also observe your breath, you will also feel the relaxation, and after some time, feel completely relaxed. And now we'll chant Om 3 times. As we chant Om, feel the reverberations of Om rising from deep within. And kindly now take a deep breath. Feel the reverberations of Om in each and every part of your body. Once again, bring your awareness back to your breath. And now, as you breathe in, chant the mantra Ma silently along with your in-breath. And while you exhale, chant Om. Ma is a representation of divine love and Om of divine light. You need not visualize love and light, just feel your heart being filled with that divine love when you chant Ma while breathing in, and feel the divine light when you chant Om while breathing out. So Ma when you breathe in, and Om, breathe out, divine love and divine light. Continue like this for some time. Slowly and slowly, the reverberations of Ma and Om become more and more subtle. Instead of the physical sound of Ma, and Om. Just feel the vibrations of Ma and Om within. Now, feel your heart being filled with that divine love and light. And your heart expanding with the qualities of love, of light, of peace, of bliss, and contentment. And your heart blossoming like a flower bud that blooms into a beautiful flower, giving sweetness and fragrance to everyone. And now, feeling that love and light in your heart, imagine that light going out from your heart to all the beings in this world, just like the rays of the sun, and as the light falls on each and every being, imagine they also become more loving, more peaceful, more blissful, and more content. And while imagining so, we'll chant the Loka Samasta prayer 3 times, or rather 9 times. Om Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. 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 loka samasta sukhino bhavantu, loka samasta sukhino bhavantu, loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om. Om Dhyayamo Dhavalavagunthanavatim Tejo Mayim Nashtikim Snigdha Pangavilokinim Bhagavadim Mandasmidashri Mukhim Valsalyamritavarshinim Sumadhuram Sankirtanalapinim Shamangim Madhusikta Suktim Amritanandatmikam Ishwarim. Om Sadashiva Samarambham Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryandam Vande Guru Parambaram. Om Amriteshwariyai Namaha. Om Amriteshwariyai Namaha. Om Amriteshwariyai Namaha. In the last session, after the Rasa Leela, the dance of the gopis with Lord Krishna, we saw the next one was the salvation of the pious Brahmana women by the Lord. And just to give you a brief refreshing the memory, when Lord went to with the Gopas, and when they Gopa, they were in the, as they were herding the cattle and as they were engaged in play and all these things, the Gopas said to Lord Krishna that they were really hungry and they want their hunger to be relieved. So, Lord Krishna, who really wanted to achieve something other than just appeasing the hunger of the Gopas, did a trick, just like our Amma does. When she asks us to do something, she's like sending 10 arrows to 10 other people. So, with one objective, with a person, she's also aiming at 10 other people at the same time through that person. And so the intention of Lord Krishna was really totally something else, which we will see. So, Lord Krishna said, there are some Brahmanas there, and they're doing a long drawn sacrifice. And why don't you just go and ask for some food? And beg some food and in the name of Lord Krishna and his brother, which is Balarama. So the Gopas went there, they asked for food, and they had the Brahmanas had enough food. And they were also offering this food as a sacrifice in the fire, and they as a prasad to the deity and all these things. But they pretended as if they had not heard anything, or pretended as if the Gopas did not exist, or just thought that these were the childish pranks of these young boys. So they kept quiet. They wouldn't give any food to these boys. And so the boys came back to Lord Krishna and said, that we went and asked for food. They would not give us some food. And Lord Krishna smiled and said, who already knew the result, said, go and ask their wives for food. And so he sent the Gopas again to the women's quarters in the sacrificial campus. And mind you, during that time, when the sacrifice is going on, they are not supposed to give out any food. They should not give any food because it is against the custom, against only after you have offered it to the deity can you give the food out, even if somebody begs. And also the other thing is it is going against the norms of the rituals. And so when the boys went and approached the ladies, the wives of the Brahmanas, the priests. Here Brahmanas are the priests. The priests, and they said that Lord Krishna and Balarama has sent us here to beg, asking us to beg for some food. Will you please give? We are all very hungry, and he is also hungry, and we have come from far away from home. And so, can you give some food for us as well as for Lord Krishna? And when the Brahmana, the priest's wives heard this, they just forgot everything. They forgot, and they prepared what they had already prepared this food for the sacrifice. They all gathered the food, and in spite of the obstruction that was created by their husbands, brothers, sons, and other relatives, they rushed to meet Krishna. And he was saying, like, as the rivers rush to meet the ocean. So carrying like 4 types of food. So when the women saw Krishna, he was surrounded by the Gopa boys. And there's a beautiful explanation of Lord Krishna's form. He's blue in complexion, wearing golden colored cloth, decorated in the fashion of a dancer with the wreath of wildflowers, peacock feathers, tender leaves and mineral paints, resting one hand on the shoulder of a friend by the side, with the other twirling a play lotus with blue lilies on his ears, and frontal locks dangling with the smiling cheeks. And so, it's like they were saying, like when they saw, it was that they got this relief from the pain of separation. And it was like he was saying, like the union of the individual soul with the supreme soul, like the witness in the state of deep sleep. So, you know how much bliss we get in the state of deep sleep, right? And that's why we never get bored with sleep, because we are going, every time we are going there, we are going back home. And howsoever how so many years you have slept, you never felt bored, you never complained about it. All you complain is, I did not get enough sleep. That's all. But you never complained, I slept too much. And what happened was, we have to understand this. The Lord is not in any way saying that the rituals are lesser than the meeting of the Lord Krishna itself. And he's saying that, he's not saying that, rituals are not needed, and he's not in any way demeaning the rituals. So we have to understand here a couple of things. Number one, when you are studying, say suppose you are studying for the like a degree, and what happens after the degree? You get a degree, then you have another goal. You have to get a master's. And when you get the master's degree also, then what happens? Then they will say, oh, you have a PhD. You can take PhD. And then you take PhD, then you can specialize, then go on. So if you do not know the goal, the ultimate goal, what will you do? You'll get stuck somewhere. So here, that's what Lord is showing us. What is the ultimate stage of devotion? What is the highest devotion? Is it doing rituals? What are rituals for? Rituals is to cleanse our mind. And once we cleanse our mind, what happens after that? When we do puja and all these things, why do we do that? Because that is to see the deity, or to come closer to the deity, and to achieve that goal of understanding what is the highest point in bhakti or devotion or in jnana. That we have to understand there is something beyond that. So what if you get attached to these rituals and sit there? You don't actually graduate to the next level. So this is just to show that there is some levels beyond our comprehension of what are our spiritual practices, and how do we reach the highest state. What is the highest goal of devotion? Or jnana is the same, is one and the same. And so we have to understand that when we do all these things, it is the highest. We are trying to jump and graduate, and not, as I said earlier, get stuck. When I joined the ashram, I was doing the puja with the lamp, with the camphor lamp, with the oil lamp, and doing puja every day. And when I was doing puja every day, I did it continuously for about 2 years. And one day Amma called me and said, what are you doing in the morning? So I said, I'm doing puja. Of course she knew I was doing it. So then she said, bring all your puja items. So I brought it. Then she took it and threw it away and said, now do your puja inside your mind. Visualize those puja in your mind. So, that was a graduation ceremony. What if Amma had not done that? I would have got stuck doing puja. So here, that's what we have to understand, that when Lord Krishna asked these boys to go and meet the wives of the priests, he's showing us what is higher than these rituals. And secondly, as we do the spiritual practices, who is the most important person? Is it the deity? And when we do puja, we have the sankalpa of a deity. And without that sankalpa, we cannot do pujas. And the sankalpa of the deity is that this deity is either man or woman or animal or whatever you can call. And we are doing that puja, the worship to the deity. Or when we go to a temple or when we go to worship in any place, we have to have a sankalpa, right? And so Amma says that every time we worship or we do some prayers, we have to have a sankalpa of something or the other. Because the mind has to be focused on something, fixed on something, otherwise the concentration will sway. And we, especially in the beginning when we go to the temple, as I was telling last time, when we go to the temple, we think the deity is in the stone or deity is sitting up high up in the heaven or all these things. It's only and only when we meet the Guru, as they say in Guru Gita, that in Guru Gita, what is the first line? Akhanda mandalakaram vyaptam yena characharam. So the Guru is not telling that we, look, I am Ishvara, I am God. As you know, Amma always says that. Don't think I am God, I am I am something great. But you treat others like God. And what does she say? She is saying, like example, she was saying when she used to step on the paper, her mother used to get so angry and say that even the paper, when you step on the paper, you have to ask for forgiveness. So we take the paper, put it on our head and ask for forgiveness. So akhanda mandalakaram vyaptam yena characharam. So the supreme power is pervaded in everything. Each and everything. We thought it was only in the stone or we thought it was sitting up in the heaven. But now the Guru is telling us it's not like that. It's in everywhere, everything, every person you see. And who showed us that? It was the Guru. So, akhanda mandalakaram vyaptam mena characharam tat padam darshidam. You showed me that goal. The Guru showed me that goal, that it was not the energy, the supreme energy or God was not just sitting up in the heavens or in the deity. It is pervaded everywhere in each person. And there, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. So I bow down to the Guru. So it's also in the Guru. And that form, that's why we have to understand that form has taken the, which is the absolute, the formless, supreme, has taken a human form, and which is known as to be compassion, and come to us and showed us that that supreme power, or Amma, pervades in everything. It's not just merely in the ashrams. It's not just merely in the temples or any worship places. It's everywhere. So when that Guru shows us, and when we run to the Guru, who is the highest of all the deities. That's why they say Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo Maheshwara. That is, Guru is Shiva, Vishnu and Brahma. Thus, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma. That is, Guru is indeed the supreme Brahman. So, Guru is that supreme consciousness itself. So I bow down to the Guru. Because why? Because without being the supreme consciousness, how can you show somebody the principle of supreme consciousness? How can you tell them that? So we have to understand that the supreme consciousness has assumed a human form, come to us and teaching us what to do. And this is what happened with Lord Krishna also. And as that is in Bhagavad Gita, as Lord Krishna says, that mudaha, that is people ignorant, who are fools. That is, they don't understand my human form. That I have assumed a human form. So, when this supreme being assumes a human form, and that's why we can see that there is so much of charm. There is so much of love that is exuding. And it's like, as Amma says, it's like a magnet which is inviting all the iron files. And when you see the magnet, it naturally runs to it. You cannot but just resist the attraction. And not only that, these Brahmin wives, that's what you're saying. So what did Lord recognize these Brahmin, the wives of the priests? So he says they're recognizing them as spiritual aspirants of the highest order. So they are far superior than their husbands who are doing all the rituals. And I mean, you cannot blame them, because in one sense, if you tell a 5th grader or a 7th grader or even sometimes a 10th grader that when you say that E equals mc square, which is Einstein's equation, they may not understand. So it's not their fault, because they haven't come to that level. So here, it's not the fault of the Brahmins also, but they have not evolved to that spiritual level like their wives have. So that's why Lord Krishna said to the Gopas to go and ask the wives, because he wanted to draw them to him. And they were also thinking about him for a long time. They had heard about him. And so what happened, the moment they heard that Lord Krishna was there, they just rushed. So can you blame the devotees who tell that their grandmother is passing away when Amma comes? Can you, telling all kinds of excuses at their workplaces? You cannot. I mean, in one sense, Amma laughs when she hears all these excuses. And one time, one of the managers, the devotee who had gone to see Amma, with the excuse that his grandmother is already passed away. So when he went back, the manager said, "Oh, when did your grandma pass away?" So he said, "About a week ago." And of course, the managers know, because all the grandmothers or grandfathers or relatives pass away during June and July. That period, June, July, and they come back in August. And so he asked, "So when did your grandma pass away?" So he said, "1 week ago." So he said, "Yeah, I think your grandmother's ghost came here 3 days ago, and it appeared here, and then it asked for you." So the grandmother had gone to the office in search of the devotee, which was an accident, and so it did not go well with him. So anyway, coming back, so these women had advanced so much in their spiritual level that they were of the highest order. That's why they could recognize who Lord Krishna was. So the people who do not recognize Amma or do not recognize Krishna, I mean, you cannot blame them in one sense, because they have not become so mature. They are still studying in the 10th grade. They haven't even come to the graduate level. So even if they might ridicule Amma, they might not understand who Amma is. So it's I mean, in one sense, you cannot blame them for all these things, but at least they can not criticize Amma, but just try to understand. That is one thing they can do, but many people don't do that also. And so when the wives of the Brahmins came, so the Lord said, "Oh, fortunate ladies, you are welcome. Please take your seats. What shall we do for you that you have come to see befits your state of mind?" And he said, "People of sound understanding who perceive what constitutes their real good, cultivate unmotivated and unflagging devotion to me, who am the dearest self of all. Who is there dearer than he, and by whose association one's prana, mind, relatives, body, wife, children, wealth, etc. become dear. Being already endowed with devotion, you may now go back to the sacrificial campus so that your husbands, the housebound Brahmanas engaged in sacrifice, they may complete their rites for which your presence is needed." So it's like, Amma testing us. Amma may say, especially when women come and complain about their husbands and all these things, I'll say, "Please go back, take care of your husband, do this, take care of your children," and all these things. Don't neglect them and all these things. Of course, you have to do that, but I'm not saying don't do that. But he's saying the same thing. And he's saying that you have perceived this, how to cultivate unmotivated and unflagging devotion to me, who am the dearest self of all, which is the highest, which means he is the supreme consciousness. So you have developed that devotion. And who is there dearer than he by whose association one's prana, mind, relatives, body, wife, children, etc. become dear. So this is actually a Upanishadic statement also. How it's asked this question: how does your wife become so dear to you? How does your children become dear to you? why does your wealth become dear to you? It is because of the self. And ultimately the answer comes, it's because of the self. That is, all these things are dear. And so, Lord Krishna is saying, you have come to that self, which is the dearest of all. And he's saying, being already endowed with that devotion, so you have graduated now. Because you know what is the highest of all devotion. And now go back to your sacrificial campus and your husbands, because they need you there to complete their rituals. Because the wives have to be there with the husbands. And the wives have to do some rituals also. So the women then said, or rather complained, "Oh, all-pervading one, do not be so merciless to us, who, overcoming all the obstructions placed by us, by relatives, have rushed to you in order that we may wait at thy feet, to bear on our heads all the tulsi wreaths that are set aside by thee, by thy feet, as they fall at them in heaps. Deign to fulfill thy own promise of accepting all devotees who make absolute surrender at thy feet. There is no chance of any of our relatives, husbands, parents, sons, brothers, and others, taking us back under their care, as we have mortally offended them in coming over here. It behoves thee, therefore, to deal with us, who have offered ourselves, body, mind, and soul, at thy feet, in such a manner that we shall not have any other way of life than thy service in future." So you see the beauty of their devotion. They're saying, you have promised your devotees what? That you will take care of those devotees who have surrendered at your feet. So why are you not asking us to go back? And why do you want us to go back to those family which has rejected us? And not only that, we have come against their wishes. Now we are also afraid what will happen when we go back, because we have to deal with them. And they're saying, we have no other choice but to dedicate our life in your service. So the Lord said, you will not be blamed by your husbands, parents, brothers, sons, or the world at large for coming to me. And even the Devas will praise you. So he's saying, don't worry. Your husbands, your children, your relatives will not blame you for coming to me. And he said, even the Devas, the gods, the deities will praise you. Why? Because even they cannot come near the Lord. And because of their surrender to the Lord, they have come. And which is the greatest opportunity that a human being can get, to be near the Guru, to be near that Lord, to be near that Supreme Self who has come in the human form. And there is no other greater blessing than that. As I have explained to you in many times ago also, when we all left our homes and went to Amma, we had so much of obstruction from our parents, from our relatives, from the society, because at that time Amma was not known. Amma was just a small woman, a young woman also. And people also used to make story that we went because she was a young woman. We were enamored by her because she was a young woman. And not only that, when we used to, as I said, used to pass through the Vallikau town, they would make fun saying that, hey, don't go to that woman, that lady. She grasps all the young men, and once the young men go there, they won't leave. She's a demoness that who holds all the young men. So we used to hear all these things. And today, the same relatives, our parents, our brothers, our sisters, they are all so thankful. Why? They understood what it means. What it means to be near Amma. And Amma, some of them, of course, they have also told me that, of course, we didn't get a chance. So we are so glad that you got a chance to be with Amma. So they also regret not having that opportunity with Amma. And so, today they are praising us. Yesterday they were telling us, why are you going to see that mad woman? That crazy lady. Today, it is Amma is God to them. So he's saying, this is why, as Lord is saying, even the devas, the deity, the gods, are even jealous of you for having that contact with the Supreme Self in the human body. So then the Lord says, physical contact is not needed for the growth and fulfillment of spiritual love. You keep your mind fixed on me always, and you will attain to me before long. And Sri Shuka said, so in one sense that's also such a beautiful statement. Physical contact is not needed for the growth and fulfillment of spiritual love. So you can sit anywhere, any place, anywhere in the world. And if you think about Amma, that's all that is needed. Recently I was in Mexico. And I met a couple of people who were telling me these stories. One lady said that she was working for one of the devotees. And she had been married for 12 years. And she did not have, the couple did not have children for a long time. And after a few years of working with the devotee, she went back to her hometown. And one day, the devotees received a call saying that this lady wanted to meet them, who was working as the housemaid. So they went to meet her. And when they went to meet her, she told them this story that, I wanted to tell you this. When I was leaving from your home, I always saw that you were worshipping Amma, that picture of that lady. She didn't even know the name Amma, but Amma. And so when I was leaving, I went into your room and looked at the picture and prayed to the picture and said, I don't know what I am doing, but if you want to give me some faith, bless me with a child. That's all I prayed. And when she came back, she was holding the child in her hand. And she showed them the child and said, this was the result of that prayer. She had never seen Amma. She seen only the picture of Amma in the puja room of the devotee. And there was no physical contact. All she just said was a prayer. And she just got the blessing of Amma. And she had not met, she had not seen. And with the mind fixed on me, that's what he says, keep your mind fixed on me always. And you will attain to me before long. So that the concentration on Amma is enough. Wherever you are, it's not, as I said earlier, that Guru, Sarva, there is, as I said, in the Guru Gita, as I was saying, and it is pervaded everywhere. Sarva characharam. Tatpadam darshitam yena. That is, so the Guru is pervading in each and every atom in this world, which we are not cognizant about. So when we see that, when we understand that through these experiences of other people, then only we realize, oh my God, you need not meet Amma. You need not even get a hug from Amma. You just look at her picture and pray. That's all that is needed. And that is actually the keep. That's why he says, you just keep your mind fixed on me always. And being thus instructed, the wives of those followers of the sacrificial cult returned to the sacrificial campus. Their husbands showed them no ill will, but helped by them completed the sacrifice. So you see what happened. The husbands received them back and they completed the rituals and they completed that all the sacrifice that was doing also, the homers. But there was one woman who had been sternly debarred by her husband from going to Krishna. She, through meditation on him, clasped the Lord in her heart. In the form she had pictured him therein, from what he had heard of him, or what she had heard of him, and in the process abandoned her body, which is but a product of karma. So one woman was, forcefully not allowed by her husband to go and see Lord Krishna. What did she do? She just sat in meditation and holding the Lord in her heart, just abandoned her body. And it just so happened. You can just imagine the depth of her devotion to the Lord. You might have heard about the stories of all the saints like Meera, but they just abandon their body and they cannot see even the body after some time. And same thing happened to this lady also, one of the wives of the priests. And then the Brahmanas, with their wives, went to see the Lord. And the worshipful Lord then distributed that cooked rice of 4 kinds brought by the wives of Brahmanas among his cowherd friends, and himself partook in it. Thus the Lord, who had taken a human body for his divine play, tended the cattle and delighted the cows, gopas and gopis in his enchanting forms, words and deeds. So that was the biggest result of the sacrifice. I've heard these stories many times. Like, devotees especially in India, before they eat, they take a small ball of rice mixed with all the things and put it in the corner of their plate or their leaf for Amma. And a couple of devotees have said this. Even when Amma was serving, they had wished that, this is for Amma, and they kept that with that sankalpa. And one of the devotees were saying that Amma was serving, it was in earlier times, she was serving everyone. And after she served, she just walked past this devotee. And the devotee was a little bit disappointed. And as she was thinking like this, suddenly Amma turned around, walked back, and took the ball of rice that was kept for her and ate it. So, they're saying that the biggest offering is to the Supreme Self. When the Supreme Self itself comes and takes that offering, what greater blessing is needed? So those sacrificing Brahmanas too, on reflection, realized that they did a great mistake in rejecting the request of these great ones who were none but the Lord taken human forms, and they fell into a mood of repentance. So this is what happened. You remember? So when the boys went and asked the priest, "Can you give us something?" They said no. Or they pretended even not to hear their request. So now they are regretting that. They realized that it was that deity who has come in the human form itself. And seeing their wives so full of the highest devotion, highest form of unworldly devotion to Lord Krishna, and themselves without the least of it, they began to condemn themselves thus. Vain is our high birth with eligibility for threefold sacrament. Vain our learning, austerities, vast knowledge of the Shastras, and our skill in rituals. For with all this, we have no devotion to the Lord. So they were, in one sense, cursing themselves. Saying the eligibility for the threefold sacrament means to do all the priestly duties. And he's saying that our learning, our austerities, our vast knowledge of the Shastras, it's all useless. Why? Because you don't have any devotion to the Lord. We have seen such people. In India, such people still exist. You would have seen people, these yogis who sit in the Himalayas and do austerities for many years. Sometimes they keep their hand up all the time. They stand all the time. And as a result of these austerities, as a result of all these pujas, what is the ultimate blessing? That's what he's saying. Devotion to the Lord. I remember when one of a great philosopher, I had been to his home earlier. And I had talked to him about Amma. But he didn't want to come, not a philosopher. Yeah, he's kind of a philosopher type, very intellectual. And when I went to his house, his whole house was full of bookshelves. And I asked him, "Have you read all these books?" He said, "Yes, I've studied all those books. I've read all those books." And 2 years later, he came to see Amma. And after he took Amma's darshan, he came to the side and he told me to translate this to Amma. Oh Amma, I had studied all the great philosophies of different philosophies in this world. I've done so much of extensive research and all these things. But now I realize they are all useless. They are all futile. When I saw you, nothing is worth that darshan of yours. I realize that all the things that I've done in the past does not count. So now that I have seen you, I'm blessed by your darshan. So that's what here they are saying. Our high birth, as they pretend to be these Brahmins, means the priestly class, to have the highest birth. Then, because according to the caste system, they are the highest in the caste system. And they're saying that our learning of the Shastras, the scriptures, and all these things, that is what Amma in her song, beautiful song which she sings, that Kovilil Pradikshanam Che, that is where you go and circumambulate in the temple. And when you come out, you kick the beggar who's sitting outside, or you just disregard him. And is that Vedanta? Is that knowledge? So he's saying, that's why they are saying, they are feeling that their birth is not, has gone in vain because of the fact that they did not have devotion to the Lord. And the Lord's Maya infatuates even the yogis. See how we Brahmanas, who are expected to teach others, have no awareness of what is good for ourselves. So he's saying, you remember one of Amma's sayings, it's a very beautiful saying. They have ego about their knowledge, but they do not know about their ego. They are not aware of their ego. But they have no knowledge about their ego. They have ego about their knowledge, but they don't have any knowledge about their ego. So that's what he is saying here. How we Brahmins, that's the priests, who are expected to teach others, they themselves do not have any awareness of what is good for ourselves. Look at the boundless devotion of a women folk to Lord Krishna, the world teacher, by virtue of which they have been able to cut asunder death's stranglehold called attachment to whom. So in one moment, they have renounced. Just hearing the name of Lord Krishna, they just renounced everything, ran. I mean, it doesn't mean that you should renounce and go run after Amma. That's not the thing. But the very name of Lord Krishna, has just enabled them to get over the attachment of home. So, be aware, we have to understand when they explain about the attachment to home, it's those people who are homebound, we have to say. When you say they are householders, that's why they are called householders. They keep on holding to their house, saying, this is mine, this is my husband, my wife, my children, my grandchildren, and what not. So they keep on holding to that and say, that attachment. But what happens after some time? The wife or husband has to die. They have to go away. The children, the moment they go to finish their high school, they say bye-bye. And then they go. and you might not even see them again. And the grandchildren to whom you are so attached to, they also just will come and say, "Hi grandma, hi grandpa, bye-bye." That's it. They come on grandfather's day or grandmother's day, give you a present and say goodbye. So what is the point of getting attached? That's what it is, to your home. So attachment means love with discrimination. It doesn't mean you should not love your husband, your wife, or your children or grandchildren. But with discrimination, that's what Amma says. You always have to understand at one day or the other, that is in Amma's Manasainin Sondamai. He says, she says that, sings in that song, that when you see the dearest dead body, whom you consider so dear to you, their dead body, you wouldn't even dare to go near that dead body. That person was so dear, but the moment the life went away. So who was dear to you? Was it the body or the life? So because why? Because when you see the body, you are so scared. So when the person was alive, you loved that person so much. So the soul has left. So it was the soul that you were attached to, which you didn't realize. So he's saying, anyway, I'll just stop here because what they say is so beautiful and so perfect, and it requires a lot of explanation. And I wouldn't want to rush through it. So he's saying that what the priests are saying, they have cut asunder the death's stranglehold, called attachment to home. So what is that? That is the real death. What does death mean? Dying to all these things. But when we die, or when most of the people die, that's what they are worried about, isn't it? They are worried about their relatives, they are worried about their wealth, they are worried about so many other things. So you might have heard this story. Let's conclude with a story that, the Guru, once there was a disciple, and the Guru tells the disciple, he was a young disciple, says, "Why don't you come and stay in my ashram?" So the disciple says, "Oh, I have to take care of my parents. And when they pass away, I will come to your ashram." And years later, the Guru does not see the disciple, so he goes to see him. So now that the disciple has married and he has a wife, so he says, "Can you come now along with your wife?" No, he says, No, I cannot come because my wife is there. I cannot leave my wife and come. So give me some more years and then I'll come. And then a few years later, the Guru goes again and sees children and says, "Why don't you come now? You have children, you have a wife, why don't you come?" He says, No, I have to take care of the children, I have to make sure they grow up properly, and I have to feed them, I have responsibility to them. Okay, he said, okay. And then a few years later, he goes again and calls the disciple and says, the disciple now has become old, he has become a grandfather, and he has grandchildren, so he says, "Why don't you come now? Already it's too late. Why don't you at least come now?" He says, No, I have these grandkids, and who will look after them when their parents go to work? I have to take care of them. And a few years later, he goes back. And the grandfather has, his disciple who was the grandfather has died, and he has become a dog. He was reborn as a dog in the home of the children. And the Guru immediately recognizes his disciple and says to the dog, "Why don't you come now?" The dog says, "Oh, all this, there are so many dangers lurking, and I am guarding the house. Who will protect the children and the small, the family?" So the Guru goes away. And he comes back after 10, 15 years. Again, what happened? The dog dies. And then the Guru knows that the dog has already been reborn. And he goes to the children and says, look at the safe in which you keep your money. And on top of the safe, there is a snake. And the snake is sitting on there. Just do a slight tap on its head and catch it and bring it to me. Don't kill it, he says. Just beat it a little bit and bring it to me. So then he goes, the children goes, catches the snake and brings it to the Guru. The Guru puts the snake on his shoulders and tells the disciple, "Okay, come now, let's go." So this is our case, or most of our case. We don't want to leave behind our belongings, our relatives. Now, I'm not talking about Amma's children. I'm just generally talking about the general people who are attached. That's why I said they are householders, holding on to all these things instead of to, God holders or Amma holders, Guru holders. So what we have to do? We have to graduate from house holding to Guru holding or Amma holding or God holding. Hold on to the feet of the God. Then everybody will get that benefit, as I was saying earlier. All your relatives, all the children, all the grandchildren. And Amma says always, if there is a devotee in the family, 4 generations before and 3 generations later will get the benefit, which we have seen. You see all these young children who have come to Amma. How did they come to Amma? Because of there has been some devotee, or they themselves have been devotees to Amma while they in their previous lives. How can they just come and have such a relationship with Amma at such a young age? Think about what we all were doing when we were young children. We were playing with toys or doing something and watching Disney movies. Cartoons. Sitting there. And what are the kids nowadays doing? They are just sitting there and watching iPad and all the stupid things on the iPad. But look at these children. They are so fortunate. Why? Because there has been either a devotee or they have been devotees in the past. So that is what means to attachment or detachment away from home, or not having that attachment. So may Amma bless us with that detachment and understanding that these things are not permanent. And the only thing that is always permanent is our love for God, for the Guru, for Amma. And let that be lasting forever. Let that fire blaze in our hearts. Om Amriteshwari Namah. സ്നേഹാമൃതാനന്ദിനി അമ്മ ശ്വേതാംബരാഡംബരീ ഭാവാഭിരാമേശ്വരീ അമ്മ വരുന്നു സർവേശ്വരീ അമ്മ ശ്വേതാംബരാഡംബരീ ഭാവാഭിരാമേശ്വരീ അമ്മ വരുന്നു സർവേശ്വരീ അമ്മേ അമൃതാനന്ദമയേ അമ്മേ വിശ്വപ്രേമമയേ അമ്മേ അമൃതാനന്ദമയേ വന്ദേ മാതാ പ്രണവമയേ കാരുണ്യപൂർണാമൃതം സ്നേഹസാരാത്മരൂപാമൃതം കാതിന്നു നാദാമൃതം കണ്ണിൻ ആനന്ദ രൂപാമൃതം അമ്മേ അമൃതാനന്ദമയേ അമ്മേ വിശ്വപ്രേമമയേ അമ്മേ അമൃതാനന്ദമയേ വന്ദേ മാതാ പ്രണവമയേ. വേദാന്തസാരാമൃതം സച്ചിദാനന്ദദിവ്യാമൃതം ജീവന്നു ജീവാമൃതം സന്തതാനന്ദ ധേയാമൃതം സന്മാത്രരൂപാമൃതം പൂർണ്ണബ്രഹ്മ സ്വരൂപാമൃതം അദ്വൈത വിദ്യാമൃതം ജ്ഞാന സദ്രൂപ നിത്യാമൃതം ഗണേശ നമോ ഗണേശ നമോ ഗണേശ നമ ശ്രീ ഗണേശ നമോ ഗണേശ നമോ ഗണേശ നമോ ഗണേശ നമ ശ്രീ ഗണേശ നമോ ഗണേശ നമോ ഗണേശ നമോ ഗണേശ നമ ശ്രീ ഗണേശ നമോ 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 ഗണേശ നമ ശ്രീ 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 ഗണേശ നമോ ഹേ ഗണനായക ശുഭഫലദായക വിഘ്നവിനാശകകാരി ഗണനായക ശുഭഫലദായക വിഘ്നവിനാശകകാരി വിദ്യാദായക ബുദ്ധിപ്രദായക വിദ്യാദായക ബുദ്ധിപ്രദായക വിദ്യാദായക ബുദ്ധിപ്രദായക വിദ്യാദായക ബുദ്ധിപ്രദായക സിദ്ധിവിനായക സ്വാമി സിദ്ധിവിനായക സ്വാമി लोग करे तेरी पूजा पहले, गावे तेरी महिमा।
लोग करे तेरी पूजा पहले, गावे तेरी महिमा।
दूर करो प्रभु सारी अमंगल,
दूर करो प्रभु सारी अमंगल,
दूर करो प्रभु सारी अमंगल।
दूर करो प्रभु सारी अमंगल।
ओ सुख शांति जग में, ओ सुख शांति जग में। गणेश नमो, गणेश नमो, गणेश नमः श्री गणेश नमो।
गणेश नमो, गणेश नमो, गणेश नमः श्री गणेश नमो।
गणेश नमो, गणेश नमो, गणेश नमः श्री गणेश नमो।
गणेश नमो, गणेश नमो, गणेश नमः श्री गणेश नमो।
गणेश नमो, गणेश नमो, गणेश नमः श्री गणेश नमो।
गणेश नमो, गणेश नमो, गणेश नमः श्री गणेश नमो।
गणेश नमो, गणेश नमो,
गणेश नमो, गणेश नमो,
गणेश नमो, गणेश नमो।
गणेश नमो, गणेश नमो,
गणेश नमः श्री गणेश नमो।
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 कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुम्, बालकृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुम्। बोलो जय 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 गोपी श्री कृष्ण। 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 कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुम्, देवगीतनयं यशोदबालं देवगीतनयं यशोदबालं राधाविलोलं मानसचोरं राधाविलोलं मानसचोरं बोलो जय 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 गोपी श्री कृष्ण बोलो जय 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 गोपी श्री कृष्ण कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं वेदान्तसारं गीतोपदेशं वेदान्तसारं गीतोपदेशं 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 पूर्णावतारं कृष्णगोपालं पूर्णावतारं कृष्णगोपालं साधु संरक्षणं राधे गोपालं साधु संरक्षणं राधे गोपालं बोलो जय 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 गोपी श्री कृष्ण 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 कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं बालकृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं गोविन्द जय जय गोपाल जय जय 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 राधा रमण हरि गोविन्द जय जय राधा रमण हरि गोविन्द जय जय गोविन्द जय जय गोपाल जय जय गोविन्द जय जय गोपाल
जय
गोविंद जय जय गोपाल जय 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 जय
गोपाल जय जय
गोपाल जय जय
गोविंद जय जय
गोविंद जय जय
गोविंद जय जय गोपाल जय जय
गोविंद जय जय गोपाल जय जय
राधा रमण हरि गोविंद 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 जय जय
कृष्ण वन्दे जगद्गुरुम् देवी दया करि मां अम्ब देवी सरस्वती मां
दया करे मां अम्ब देवी सरस्वती मां
देवी दया करि मां अम्ब देवी सरस्वती मां
देवी दया करे मां अम्ब देवी सरस्वती मां
अम्ब देवी सरस्वती मां
अम्ब देवी सरस्वती मां
अम्ब देवी सरस्वती मां
अम्ब देवी सरस्वती मां
देवी दया करि मां अम्ब देवी सरस्वती मां
देवी दया करे मां अम्ब देवी सरस्वती मां
दुर्गा भवानी मां कालिका पालिनी मां
दुर्गा भवानी मां अम्ब कालिका पालिनी मां
दुर्गा भवानी मां कालिका पालिनी मां
दुर्गा भवानी मां अम्ब कालिका पालिनी मां
अम्ब कालिका पालिनी मां
कालिका पालिनी मां
अम्ब कालिका पालिनी मां
कालिका पालिनी मां
दुर्गा भवानी मां कालिका पालिनी मां
दुर्गा भवानी मां अम्ब कालिका पालिनी मां
जगदोद्धारिणी मां
जगदोधारिणी मां
जगदोद्धारिणी मां
जगदोधारिणी मां
आनंद रूपिणी मां
अमृतानंद रूपिणी
अमृतानंद रूपिणी माँ,
अमृतानंद रूपिणी माँ,
देवी दया करी माँ, अम्ब देवी सरस्वती माँ,
देवी दया करी माँ, अम्बा देवी सरस्वती माँ,
देवी दया करी माँ, अम्ब देवी सरस्वती माँ,
दया करी माँ, अम्बा देवी सरस्वती माँ,
दुर्गा भवानी माँ, काली कपालिनी माँ,
दुर्गा भवानी माँ, अम्बा काली कपालिनी माँ,
दुर्गा भवानी माँ, काली कपालिनी माँ,
दुर्गा भवानी माँ, अम्बा काली कपालिनी माँ,
जगदोधारिणी माँ,
जगदोधारिणी माँ,
जगदोधारिणी माँ,
जगदोधारिणी माँ,
आनंद रूपिणी माँ,
अमृतानंद रूपिणी माँ,
अमृतानंद रूपिणी माँ,
अमृतानंद रूपिणी माँ,
दुर्गा भवानी माँ, काली कपालिनी माँ,
दुर्गा भवानी माँ, अम्बा काली कपालिनी माँ,
दुर्गा भवानी माँ, काली कपालिनी माँ,
दुर्गा भवानी माँ, अम्बा काली कपालिनी माँ,
अम्ब काली कपालिनी माँ,
काली कपालिनी माँ,
अम्ब प्रेम स्वरूपिणी माँ,
प्रेम स्वरूपिणी माँ,
अम्ब अमृतानंदमयी माँ,
अमृतानंदमयी माँ,
दुर्गा भवानी माँ, काली कपालिनी माँ,
दुर्गा भवानी माँ, अम्बा काली कपालिनी माँ,
जगदोधारिणी माँ,
जगदोधारिणी माँ,
जगदोधारिणी माँ,
जगदोधारिणी माँ,
आनंद रूपिणी माँ,
अमृतानंद 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 रूपिणी माँ, रूपिणी माँ, अमृतानंद रूपिणी माँ, अमृतानंद रूपिणी माँ,
मातामृतानन्दमयी जनमननि च सुखदायिनी माता अमृतानन्दमयी मंगलकारिणी वन्दे जननी अमृतानन्दमयी मातामृतानन्दमयी सकलागम निगमादिषु चरिते अमृतानन्दमयी निखिलामयहर त्वननी वन्दे अमृतानन्दमयी मातामृतानन्दमयी प्रेमरसामृत वर्षिणि माता अमृतानन्दमयी प्रेमभक्ति सन्दायिनी माता अमृतानन्दमयी मातामृतानन्दमयी समदमदायिनी मनलयकारिणी अमृतानन्दमयी सततं मम हृदि वसदा देवी अमृतानन्दमयी पतितोद्धार निरन्तर हृदये अमृतानन्दमयी परमहंस पदनिलये देवी अमृतानन्दमयी माता अमृतानन्दमयी हे जननी जनि मरण निवारिणि अमृतानन्दमयी हे श्रितजन परिपालिनि जयदा अमृतानन्दमयी माता अमृतानन्दमयी हे जन पूजित जय जगदम्बा अमृतानन्दमयी सहज समाधिषु धन्ये देवी अमृतानन्दमयी माता अमृतानन्दमयी माता अमृतानन्दमयी माता अमृतानन्दमयी ॐ जय जय जगजननी वन्दे अमृतानन्दमयी मंगलारिणी माधव भवानी अमृतानन्दमयी माता अमृतानन्दमयी माता जय बोलो सद्गुरु माता अमृतानंदमयी देवी की मङ्गलं प्रणमदा मुक्तिप्रदे मङ्गलं भुवनेश्वरी मङ्गलं सुकृतिना एकाश्रये मङ्गलम् अमृतेश्वरी मङ्गलं प्रणमदा मुक्तिप्रदे मङ्गलं भुवनेश्वरी मङ्गलं सुकृतिना एकाश्रये हृदयेश्वरी मङ्गलं हृदिलसतेजोमयी मङ्गलं मृदुवासिनी मङ्गलं विजयदा प्रेमामृते मङ्गलं विजयदा प्रेमामृते मङ्गलं विजयदा प्रेमामृते मङ्गलम् असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्मा अमृतं गमय ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः ॐ लोका समस्ता सुखिनो भवन्तु लोका समस्ता सुखिनो भवन्तु लोका समस्ता सुखिनो भवन्तु ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः ॐ श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः हरिः ओम्